Alright, what's up YouTube? This is Station here, and this is going to be episode 7 of Oshinoko. Yeah, last time on Oshinoko, the dating reality show is kicking off, and everything just kind of going through, and then we come up. The highlight here was on Akane, and she comes out to be the most realistic character of the series so far. And that segment, now the first part, of course, it was just kind of like a little segue into things. I also like kind of the references to TikTok, Instagram, and the YouTube as well. Kind of like this is what I love about this show. I don't care about the criticism. All the criticism are just subjective nitpicks at the end. And even then, you can also say my nitpicks with some series, because I'm usually that sort of guy who's kind of jaded and won't just cater to these classics and all. But that's besides me. I like what it did. And is it a little over dramatized? Yeah. But I like what it did, that it really focused, that it really highlighted the consequences of the effects and consequences of cyberbullying and what it does to people, and how it almost drove Akane to suicide. And this is a very sensitive topic. I was doing my best to try to contain my emotions there, and I'm to the point where I'm used to it. It somewhat reminds me of a silent voice too. Now that I think about it, when Shoko almost wanted to kill herself because she feels like in my opinion, I think it's more like she feels like she's being just a problem to everyone because of her deaf condition. And Akane is like, she was just like, she feels like it got to the point where she felt like the whole world was against her. And I also like that Akko was looking at him, because he wasn't in the chat. He was kind of taking a look at things, and of course, I mean, because he is older, he is a lot more aware of this. Well, because he was older, because his past life was a doctor. Now, it doesn't mean he still will have that sort of teenage sort of mentality there as well. It's a mix when it comes to this reincarnation thing, especially when you're retaining memories from your previous life. So take it as you will. And a lot of people can just humdrum and nitpick about it, like about his mentality, but that's another thing. The whole thing, like, he feels more like an engine at this point. I mean, because a lot of the highlights right now are still mostly around the female figures, because they are the highlights of this show at this moment. When it comes to, I mean, there's awkward with this revenge plot and all, but when that comes to fruition, they'll go back to it, because of course that's how things kind of kick-started. But I mean, there's also a place where you can also look at the industry, like, yeah, there's a revenge thing going on, but there's also and there's some supernatural things going on, more likely. But it's still a lot of a looking into the entertainment industry as a whole, specifically the idol and actor industry per se. So yeah, that's kind of something to come to. So yeah, it's really painful. Like, it was that second half was really well directed. It wasn't the best. It's not like it was moving and all, but moving a whole lot and all. But the way they just kind of made things do, show that Akane was just working hard, but she was still like being trash talked, and like you can see the hypocrisy of all these people, on the internet, because they don't care about, like, they just only want their clout chasing. They don't care about who's behind the screen on the other side. I know I've been on both sides. Like, we've all been. Anyone who says otherwise, like, nah, I'm good. I'm the ultimate orgasm. Don't be like those. Don't be like Young Defiant. Don't be like. Sorry, did I just drop the name? Yeah, I did. Don't be like Young Defiant. Don't be like Amistad. Don't be like those idiots that just say shit for whatever and just contradict everything they fucking meet. They fucking mean or like think it's truth and all, because they're just at this point like it's not even trolling. It's just being being ass, being egotistic. And the thing is though, and more likely this episode will touch upon it. It's the loud group. It's the loud group of people that can cause this mess. We don't know, but what about the people that don't want to speak up? How much of that is the majority? So, and also one more thing, and this was a nice, but it's also kind of messed up because of what happened recently. This was actually based on a real life event, a real life incident. Apparently, it's parallel at least. And apparently, Akasaka, it wasn't originally a plan. It wasn't originally something, originally based off of it. Just more like a poor timing, apparently. You could say it could be based off of it, but I don't know. Like, I'm not gonna go deep into that because it's a little messy. But it was someone named Hana, and she was like I think it was a wrestler, and then she was an actor. Something happened where she was told to do this in a particular show, and she did it, and she got flack for it so much to the point it was so brutal she ended up committing suicide. And her mom was still touchy about it all up to this day. This was actually a few years ago, a couple of years ago apparently, and I only heard about it once, and I just completely forgot about it, and then it just came up like, wow, okay. This is before I was really into, this was just before I got really into manga as well. Not like I wasn't reading, not like I wasn't reading at the time, but it was just like I wasn't really as invested. And when she found out about the last episode, she wasn't happy. And understandably so, because mom should be reminded of it. I can understand her pain. But what really bugs me is one, the way she went about with it, and two, the reaction to her vocalness, to her vocal outbursts. So I feel like both sides are at fault. The fandom is just blowing things up and making it worse. Now, could Agasaka would have told it beforehand? Sure, that could have been the case, but I'm pretty sure he might not have thought about it. No one probably thought about it at the time. And like, it's just a very unfortunate case. I do hope things can clear up between the two sides. I know, like, Miss Kimura, wasn't like, she literally says, "I hate you" from the bottom of her. Like, as someone who has an Asian mom myself, who's Asian, has a mom myself, yeah, they're stubborn, for better or worse. So I can only just pray that things get settled through, and she's understanding of things. She's like, "Oh, I was like, "Oh, I see why," because you don't want other people to end up like how your daughter did. It's for the better. Like, I know you're grieving, but we need to send this message one way. Like, not everyone's gonna hear out and take hold of that message, but at least saying something, having the message out, it amounts to something, right? It's not like it's a waste, right? Just saying, it's a sensitive topic too, which I can understand, which I can completely understand. I don't feel comfortable talking about stuff like this too, right? Like, this is something, like, when it does come up, it's usually something I keep it to myself, or like within my own circle. That's about it. Also, one more thing. Episode 8 will be delayed. Delayed. It's more like a special program. Now, I don't think this is a production issue thing. Doubt it. Really doubt it, because while the premiere is technically 2 to 3 episodes worth, it only gets 12. This is only 11 episodes in total by the count. So, if it wasn't for this scheduled special programming next week, then Oshinoko season would end a week before everything else from this spring season ends, which would feel awkward considering like how everything is cracked up to be. And it's not unusual It's not unusual either. This has been done like this sort of delays or special programming things. This is not a recent thing. This is not like, oh, they suddenly become more commonplace. This has always been a thing. The thing why people feel like it's a problem, it's not all of a sudden this big news, this big problem now, is because most of us are only started recently watching things, watching anime. Not me. Most of us did not like watch most of these shows, even the ones from the previous decade as they were airing. Most of us. Anyone like believe me on that. Anyone who says otherwise, good for you. You're as old as I am, more likely. Or even older, whatever. But the thing is that like it's always been a thing. Like it's just that they don't. It's just that when you look at that, of course they're not going to show the recap episodes on those on those platforms. So I mean, they'll show it in the database, or they'll like just. But then you could see there was an empty 2-week gap between episodes in some with some entries that I've seen. So nothing. So yeah, totally. It's a lot more commonplace than you think. Saga fans better stop whining about it. Anime industry intellers better stop whining about it. It's always been a thing. Okay? Even way back then too. Alright. I've said enough. Let's see how they use see how Akane will start to grow or bounce back from this, and how, Akane can try to contribute to things here. So yeah. Well, sorry about that. I didn't mean to put that one in. Let's get to this episode 7 though. I'm sorry if that took too long. All right. Okay. Episode 7 starting in 3, 2, 1. Let's jam. I heard. Okay, so I was trying to avoid spoilers, but I heard the episode was this episode was ridiculous. Because Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood director on this one. It should be good. Let me see. Am I recording? Yes, I am. Oh yeah, this part. We're playing this scene with different music. He was checking things. Well, I mean, he was already looking, but yeah. You don't this, please guys. Suicide should not be should never be that option. Please. Like why do you think that hotline was there? Even if it, like, not just that hotline, any. Yeah. Mm. Yeah, especially for for younger people, it's rough. For older people, we can take it to some a little better to some degree because we just been more there. Yeah, it's just that sense of despair, just like fuck, nothing's working out. Might as well just call it. Might as well just give it up and everything. What's the motivate? What's the point? Yeah, or even more than that. Sadly, so yeah. Would it be a white lie or just or a big one? Oof. Wow, they're still coming in, man. Even with that. Yeah, because they don't think about it. They like, oh, I could just tap. They don't think about who's behind the screen, man. They just mm, yeah. Everyone has their own little quirks and all that can lead to criticism. Did Uncle go trouble again? Oh boy. Wow. The mother didn't know any. Most older elderly mothers nowadays don't really know much about the internet. Man, that sucks. She and yeah, Agnes doesn't want to worry anymore. Like she just wants to put up herself. But that's not the way to go. Miyoko's a Miyoko's a good mother figure, man. Like yeah, this man who used to be a doctor. He knows way too well about that. Like our lives are too fragile to just give up just like that. Oh, of course, Mimi was very worried. Oh wow, they animated that. Oh yeah, she really care. Yeah, she's not fake. She genuinely caring about her because she has that. She feels like she has responsibility that because she was part of it because everyone was back trying to back up her and just attacking Akane. Yeah, yeah. It's all Akane makes the call here in the end. My girl, just take a little break. Just try to find. Yeah. Don't just quit. Just don't just quit, but like take a break. Just do something like call it off or something. Call it off temporarily until you're ready. But how do you mend that But how do you try to alleviate that damage that did by the internet though? Oh, I feel you, man. Because they put that shit on there for the sake of the views. I don't blame Malcolm being pissed. Yeah, that's the worst part. They just want scoops. They don't care about other people's well being there. I mean, it was bound to happen. Either way, though. Yeah, some people were just like that, and then some were just like, "Oh, she committed suicide." You know, that's just. Uh, yeah, it's a gamble. Like that's true. Just don't pick up like that. I don't think I know they're just straight up calling a psychiatrist right now would be a thing, but necessarily the is that necessarily the guaranteed option? Oh wait, you can use her to spread the word. Yeah, that's that's hmm. Hmm. Active. Okay, here's where we go to. There we go. There we go. The vocal minority, and then the silent majority. Yeah. I just literally said that. Yeah, if you can do something to make that silent majority speak up, it could work. Just depends on how you word or say or display things. Damn, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, whatever. Fuck TikTok though. I ain't having that one. I have no idea myself. Guys, can you let me know where a real life men show could be so I can get advice from him or her? No, nice. No. There were some cameras. But it's not like he was faking. It's just being aware of things. And yeah, the staff keeps doing that. You see all these hidden damn cameras. It's funny anyway. All right, man. Bro, you're jeopardizing your own show here with the way that went down. You almost had a young girl kill herself, man. should be held accountable for this. This ain't just about confidential reasons anymore. I mean, that is true, but they still took advantage of that. But she's still a young, she's still a young, she's still a young teenager, man. It's like 17. That's probably barely cutting it. Meanwhile, Aqua still got that, 30, 40-year-old mentality from the past life. But what kind of adult chooses to not protect the kid? Yeah, you guys, regardless of the pro thing, you have a responsibility for those actors. Bro. Wait the This is what the fuck was that, man? Wow, they're showing that same bridge. And the day is a nice pass. Damn, bro. That berserk drink ain't working for you. Monster, berserk, what's next? Lane? Now I feel for anyone doing all those damn video editings, man. Is it the perfect timing? Hey, come on, there's gotta be a hype, man. Alright, it's gonna work. Better blast. Alright. Alright. Quote tweets, oof. A little too many quote tweets. Okay. Retweets though. Wow. That's nice. That's nice. Wow. Bro, you just. Yeah, and also boost the popularity, which is also good. You're all too quick to reverse your position. Yep, yep. Of course, it's not completely cleaned out. Yep, exactly. Oh, she looked good with the glasses. Oh, yeah. Yeah, just take just we're not trying to rush you, but we're trying to encourage you. Like, yeah, do your best, man. Oh yeah. Twitter jumps on every fucking thing you say. Hmm. True. There's a lot of fucking great lines in this episode of Oh yeah, yeah. She yeah, you saw in the past like she does do a lot of acting. She's pretty darn good in it. Oh yeah, the other dude's off somewhere. Specify? She's writing. She's literally just about to take notes. Ow, nailed it. Mm. Oh, she's already writing. Don't egg it. Don't egg it on, man. Oh wait, no, 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 no. You could be surprised. I like this other look too. You got. Why I'll say, oh, she look ugly. Like, what the fuck? She's about to over. She about to overstudy, isn't she? Wow, she's going overtime. That's a lot to. Mm, but like, hold up. Okay, chill, chill. She's literally just stunning her. Like, where's she been looking up? Like fucking documentaries and all that. Googling every fucking article. Oh wow. How long you been spending? Oh yeah. Before, but well, we just saw. Whoa, 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 whoa! Not like that, man. I'm about to say like. Oh yeah, she can kind of relate. Of course, she can relate, man. And of course, she's saying it as sort of a rivalry sort of thing. Yeah. Okay, that's not something I'm gonna remember. Oh, but good, good, I guess. Hmm. Wow. Oh, okay. Oh, she. Oh, he didn't know that. Oh boy. Dude, Kabe's designs on the character is just crazy. Oh. Oh. Oh, she fucking. Oh, all the stars. You awakened her Sharingan. Wait a minute. Oh shit. Let's go. Too bad we have to fucking wait an extra week. That was the part. That was hype. That was hype. The moment when I hear that, I literally hear I's voice. I'm like, wait a minute, wait a minute. Wow, that was great. That was great, man. That was a great that was genuinely a great episode. It had me like feeling all sorts. It got me had me upset, at the producers like, not caring about not really taking wanting to take responsibility of that. They're just doing it for the shit, and like of course the whole banter on the internet. And then you feel for they're trying to reconsole that, you feel for that. And you feel some sort of uplifting joy. You get a little comedy. You get a little comedy here too. And then the hype, and then you get hype at that last part. Okay, like if that's not an example of a great series, a great episode, and specifically a great series overall, that's what this show has been doing for me for almost the entirety, then I don't know what is. When you can get me to feel a different amount of emotions and put it in a very seamless way, then you got a great series on hand. I do not care about that I could care less about that fucking criticism. I can acknowledge it, but just like, yep, good for you. Good for you that you hated it, disliked it this way, but I'm gonna do me, because I'm gonna dislike yours, because I'm gonna do me, because for my own set of reasons. It's just how it is. Anyways, wow. Where'd I go from here? This show is awesome. It's awesome. I don't care about the hullabaloo and all. I know there's the whole thing with, I can care less about the country. This show is great. Now people can say like she should have looked into. Akane should have went to a psychiatrist and all. But do you really think that's gonna be just all fine, handy, dandy like that? Do you really think or do you think they could try to resolve things on their own? Don't need to go out of their way to just go see a psychiatrist and all like that. That would be too. That to me is also something like a very not a very easy choice to make either. Just take that to see a psychiatrist. Like, is there a way they can solve it without needing to go to that point? Can they just resolve it? Is this a little bit of a cop out? I don't know. Depends on what you guys think. Aqua says it wasn't completely resolved, but it wasn't. Everything was completely washed over. It's just more like things just kind of cooled down. And I like the part about what does it say? The major, let me see. The silent majority, the vocal majority versus the silent majority. The vocal majority are the ones that are gonna think that they're the truth, they're the preachers and all. They're the ones that think they're the ones that have the right and all. Now these are the idiots that fucking drive people, that can drive people to their limits like that. That is the most fucked up part about how the media works. But even then, we still have to. When I also talk about silent majority, I'm also talking about those that don't even know about internet, or not even familiar with how to use the internet. like my mom and dad maybe like they don't really use Twitter. Well, they don't really use Twitter, but I'm not saying they don't use the internet a little bit nowadays, even as elderly people. But they don't really speak up. They're not ones to really speak up, you know, on the internet as compared to, you know, personal conversations and all. But well, like even then, like they don't really speak out a lot of stuff in public, like unless if it's something related to their, you know, work or like close to home or whatever. But yeah, they don't talk. They won't talk about it. But it's just like when they will start to talk about it when, you know, and Memento is a fucking great. It's fucking like great in terms of her knowledge when it comes to this sort of stuff, for better or worse. You can take it as it is, but you always need that little that quirky geek of a character, and she fits. And take it as you will, guys. Don't say she's a Mary Sue or a cop out. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that because the knowledge is legit. Is it a little bit too convenient? I don't know, like, that's your judgment, not mine. I mean, but I don't think it's something totally out of the woods with how it was done. Especially when you try to cool down the situation, try to make it like, oh, it wasn't really like that. It was like this. They were really just on good terms. And then you have to, and then it will, of course, it'll get people like, you constantly see this on Twitter. I know some people, if anyone knows on Twitter, like, Hey, another one, like he's also a YouTuber and he's also on Twitter. He usually posts tweets about that, and I do watch some of his videos, and there's a lot of Twitter related moments on how a lot of people can kind of shift their ideas, like how people respond and all, and how messy it can get and how funny sometimes it can get. But again, we still gotta worry, like we still are dealing with people, real people online. Like we can't just go willy-nilly. Again, I've been on the receiving end. I've been on the dishing end and receiving end. So, and I know I will fuck up with messages, but it's just like, if I feel like something needs to be said, something needs to be highlighted, like, oh, they actually kind of deserve that sort of scolding or whatnot, then I will come by and put my dibs on it, like, just like, yeah, you were in the wrong for that, my guy. And like maybe tossing a meme, just like, yeah, I'm just trying to let you know, like, you're saying silly stuff. Please stop it, man. That's the thing. But of course, like, we got to be careful with words and all. Like, not everything is going to be taken so lightheartedly, so willingly. It's just how it is. It's not just the internet. It's just in real life. Words mean a lot more. Words have a lot more weight than most of us take for granted. There's a lot of really great quotes that I don't even know which one to highlight. And it's just, and of course, like, they replay that part, and everything. A lot of the scene is just so well directed. The animation is like still holds up very well. Doesn't need to be too extravagant or anything, but it still looks pretty for the what it needs to be. It still looks, so even just in plain scenes, they look fine. There's nothing too no biggie about it. I'm glad it's not this too photorealistic sort of shit that I saw in that one other Chinese anime. They keep doing that, by the way. Most Chinese anime do that. It's just I suggest not to watch those, but some are good, but whatever. And then she brings up a good thing, like, this is the problem for young actors and upcoming talents and celebrities, because they are not as mentally prepared, like, for someone like me. And I know it's not like me that's just that I'm just like resistant to everything. There are times where I'll just be like, I have stated that, 10 years ago, like, my mentality wasn't good. Like, I'm not saying it's all improved, but at least I can have a little bit more sense of, I'm not gonna say I'm just a saint or anything, but just like, at least I know I have a fair amount of common sense and logic when it comes to things. compared to 10 years ago. Or like 10, 15 years ago. And it doesn't matter if I like knew if I was a smarty pants back then, like in terms of like the mentality things when it comes to dealing with social, talk and whatnot. That's another thing. That's the difference between academic knowledge or stuff, and then like knowledge about the social skills and all that. That's another thing. But yeah, the young people have it worse because they're just not mentally. They don't have that strong mental fortitude like older people most of the time. Now, Aqua is an exception because he is inheriting. He still has memories of his past life. He's a doctor too. I'm not saying he's a psychiatrist, but he has dealt with people he's more or less probably dealt with clients that had these sort of that may or may not have had these sort of mental issues. Not saying he was there to diagnose, to help out, to be a psychiatrist for them. Like that's someone else's job. He's just a general doctor, but he still has that sort of some bit of knowledge to where like, yeah, these kids can't just deal with it by themselves. The adults have the whole responsibility. That's why he called out the producer. It was like, it's just like, I do not care about your sense of confidential and what you wanted to do. You are still responsible for these actors. What the fuck is the worth of an adult if they can't protect the younger children or the kids? And that's why I don't want to have a kid myself, because I don't know if I'm ready for that responsibility. That's how it is. If I don't feel like I have that sort of preparation, if I don't have that resolution to do that, or if I'm just there to if I just take it and just like don't really care about it, just there to cause trouble and just causing trouble for said kid, or then no. It's a tough topic, but I'm glad they cleared it up, and it sucks to see, she didn't want her mom to, and this is a face it just says it all. She didn't want to worry. That's why she kept it. And this is also a problem. A lot of these young people, like when they're suffering, they don't try to tell their parents. They want to keep it to themselves, and it just makes things worse, honestly. Because I get you don't want to worry the parents. You don't want to stress them out as well. But keeping it to yourself will not undo anything. It will not alleviate anything. It will only just cause more and more trouble. It's going to cause more stress for them worrying about what's going on with you too. It's tough, but I like that Oshinoko is willing to go forward with it. It's still lighthearted. It still has the little campy moments for what you want. So I like the campy moments at the time. Campiness is a part of fiction. And like when used well, it can be fun. It'd be fun. It could actually even help, But yeah, I don't know what else to say. Like, and then I'm not gonna question like how they're gonna be able to get this all through. That's some sort of Greek language I don't really want to go through, but I can get some of the general points, like use certain scenes, and I like how he was just like is aware of the cameras. No, she's not acting, but it's just a sense of awareness and like the familiarity, her own experience. That they're always hiding these damn cameras for the show. They want something. They want a scoop. They want something cooking. And they got something cooking, but it's not the right. Like it ends up hurting someone. It's fucking. They thought they was cooking steak. They was cooking habanero pepper when it was asking how could they do that slap, and they don't show the aftermath like that. If they showed this, at least just like, oh wait, we didn't mean it like that. Then maybe this wouldn't happen. Maybe that blow up wouldn't have happened. But I liked how it was like. It's not convenient. Like even if it's a bit of convenience, I still think it was done in a reasonable, logical way. If anyone wants to say that this was too easy, then it devalues something, then go ahead and try your argument. But I don't think I'm gonna really. I don't think I'm really gonna go and think otherwise. Because again, like, we don't want to continue showing doom and gloom. We still want the the bright side of things as well. And this is the industry and the internet are ugly places, but there are times when there can be bright spots. When there's people like that, there's still a sliver of common sense. Like, I know I joke about, me losing faith in humanity and all, but in the end, somehow, some way, the reason why I still am here myself is that, yeah, there's still people with common sense that have a level head, that have their sanity intact. There's still plenty of people out there that know about that still keep the world together, as barely as they can. And so, even if it wasn't for them, we'd be all of us be 6 feet under. And like, again, it also points to the silent majority sort of thing too. When you get them to speak up, then you can probably help alleviate things. And the silent majority has to know, you would have to have more of a more common sense sort of thing, instead of just clap chasing and being keyboard warriors, whatever you call it. So yeah, I really like that. And I'm just gonna say, like, I don't want to say much about the part where Akane just goes on and just suddenly becomes Ive 2.0, and that's gonna be something crazy. Like, she is an actress, by the way. I almost forgot she did. She was an actress there. Like, she was more of an actress, but in terms of like a real life thing, this was tough for her when it comes to a reality show compared to like a stage of something. But when she had to force it out of the way, trying to be in a reality show, then yeah, that's a whole nother different animal to tackle. But considering, and there's the thing, lying is a defensive mechanism for better or worse. Because if there's a soul in this world that has never lied once in their life, I want to meet that person and ask them if they're capping or not. Like, you have to, sometimes lies can save lives. Sometimes they won't. Sometimes they actually lead to more loss in lives. But it's a defense mechanism too. Like, you keep seeing it all the time. Like, if we keep telling the truth, like, we could just, like, yeah, I'm not saying don't tell the truth. I'm just saying, like, sometimes there are truths that shouldn't be just said out. Or at least in that moment. But like, again, but there's also, of course, like, if you're keeping the truth, and when it finally gets revealed, it's kind of worms. That's another topic though. But yeah, put on a lie, put on a mask, and you can try something with that. And so they ask him about, oh, Aka, what kind of girls do you like? And at first he describes it like someone with a pretty face, and then he just kind of just starts to just go more in description. And Memcho, with her knowledge, immediately realizes he's referring to I, because he more or less fits. Although I would say some other people would have fit, but I think that was the one that just came to mind. And so Akane goes on a full-on overtime study on how to do that. Like, I don't want to go through all those details there. I will do that later on, maybe. But she goes in overtime. I'm just like, yo, chill. But I'll give her props, because she wouldn't be able. And okay, there's that whole thing with Kana, just saying like, oh, she's just like, oh, she just retired. I was just like, be very, very careful what you say. And she's like, oh yeah, no, it's fine. I know if I've said that on Twitter. I would just be absolutely blasted. You gotta be careful on Twitter. Like I think I've hammered this death horse with the internet long enough for now. But yeah, going back to what I was saying, she's actually saying, I love this pose, by the way. And then you just see this, and she starts speaking, and I hear Ai's voice, and I'm just like, oh man, she really nailed this down. And then you see the eyes and then you just see the star in her eyes. Now, of course, we can see, like, the characters don't physically see the eyes, the eye symbols there. It's a sense of, like, what I've been told, like, it's a sense of like an emotional spike or whatnot, or something changes up with them or something. And this is what we get. I don't know what kind of thumbnail I'm going to be using for this one, but damn, that's a great episode. I enjoyed it. I mean, not like I'm throwing hands and all that all the time. It's just like, yeah, this is a really engaging, fun, pretty heartfelt episode. I'm hype at the end, and unfortunately gotta wait 2 weeks, which sucks, but it is what it is. If I can wait if the next episode really delivers, then the wait will be worth it. I'm just saying. Oh shit. Oh man. But yeah, that's about it. Y'all leave your thoughts in the comments below. So this is gonna be do it. Did I turn off the timer all this time? If the timer was running, then I'm a big fool. Alright, smash the like button, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Follow me on Twitter, join the Discord server, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the video around, but I'll about do it for this edition of Oshinoko Reactions. Weird Session signing off. See you next time. Take care, stay safe, y'all. Have a great day. Peace out.